like the most logical game try. Jack 10, 9, and then Queen Doubleton of clubs. Get out the red. Okay. So what happens here? Let's follow the defense and see where things go. All right, so we start with our fourth best club, right? Partner wins the ace. That's good. Partner appeared with a very important card. All right. Partner's going to be a good little soldier and return a club. All right, here's the queen. You win your king. Small one from dummy. All right, so after 2 tricks, you've got to count on the clubs, right? Because you started with 5 and 4 showed up in the dummy. And we saw that the other clubs were 2, 2. Partner had 2, declare had 2. All right. This is where a lot of people go wrong. You've gotten off to a great lead. But they're like, well, I've seen all the clubs. I have accounted for all the clubs, and I know declare is roughing. I know partner's roughing, but I know declare would just over rough. So I give up on clubs and do something else. No, you have gone down the right path. And you think, I can force declare to rough. And I have 4 trumps. Now, if you make declare rough once, that may not be enough to get the job done. But you know something that partner probably doesn't, which is what? You have this card. And at some point, you're going to get in with your ace of diamonds, and what are you going to do? You're going to make declare rough again. All right, let's see how the plan comes together. So go ahead and play a 3rd round of clubs. Play your jack. All right. Nothing really for partner to do but pitch, right? We'll just call it the 3 of hearts for now. Maybe partner would be encouraging a heart, maybe not. But okay, so we make declare rough a club. All right, what happens? By the way, if trumps are 3-2, declare has no problem, right? They draw trump in 3 rounds. They still have a trump left in their hand, and they push out the ace of diamonds. And your side will have taken 2 clubs and a diamond. At some point, they need to take the heart finesse, which we see works, right? At some point, when they're on dummy with either the jack of spades or the king of diamonds, whatever the dummy entry is, they declare does need the king of hearts on side to make this hand, right? If you have the king of hearts, it's hopeless. So they need to not have a heart loser. They need their losers to just be 2 clubs and the ace of diamonds. Okay, so declare plays a big spade. Everybody follows. Declare plays a big spade. And your partner shows out. Uh-oh. Can you see at this point that declare is stuck? What can they do to counter this? Well, they could cash queen and 10 and draw your 2 trumps, but now they have to give up the lead to the ace of diamonds, and what happens? Your clubs live, don't they? Because if declare draws both trumps, when you get in with the ace of diamonds, you cash a club, and declare has no trumps left. So that won't work. On the other hand, if declare stops drawing trump, having seen that they're 4-1, what happens? Let's say they're like, okay, this isn't going to work. Maybe there's something else I can do. So they knock out the ace of diamonds. All right, well, when you win your ace of diamonds, what do? You play another club, right? Because dummy's biggest club is the 9, and your 10 is a winner. So you play the 10, 9, partner pitches, and now they rough, right? And what has happened now, if that happens? Declare is down to just one trump, and you still have your 7-6. You have more trumps than declare. Pretty wild how that works. As long as you keep leading clubs, you will ultimately get 2 clubs, the ace of diamonds, and a trump trick.
Otherwise, the opponents can make that hand.
All right. So let's say you chose to lead a big heart. Let's say your opening lead was 8 of hearts. How does this go? Well, first of all, you probably irritate partner a little bit. Taking the heart finesse for declare early in the hand, right? If you lead the 8 of hearts, all right, it goes queen, as partner should cover, king, ace. All right, so declares in early. They haven't lost any tricks yet. They play 4 rounds of trump. They see that they're 4-1, but they don't care, right? They draw all the trump, and declare can afford to draw 4 rounds of trump and still has a little one left in hand, right? Still have one that they can rough with when they need to. So they draw trump, they knock out the ace of diamonds. And now, seeing weak clubs and dummy, or maybe you got a signal from partners saying, hey, I have the ace of clubs. Now you switch to a club. Guess what? It's too late, right? Because you go small to the ace, back to the king, 3rd round of clubs, declare roughs, but now they don't have to give up the lead, do they? And their diamonds are good. And all they've lost are ace of diamonds and 2 clubs. But you haven't promoted a trump trick. And that's not just specifically a heart lead. That is any lead that you make that does not start off with club, club, club to make declare rough. You got to get declare roughing early on the hand. It's too late. If you discover it later, oh, I need to be leading clubs. Too late. Because they've already drawn all your trumps and still have a trump left when you start attacking clubs. I bet if this hand were played in the club and played at a dozen tables with North-South playing 4 spades every time, I bet this game would make off. Because I think a lot of people would probably not attack the way they should in the club suit, or they wouldn't attack early enough. If South rather had the ace of clubs rather than the queen, you were never beating it. And so leading a club cost you nothing at all. It gave you the best chance, but if that's the ace doubleton instead of the queen doubleton, you're never beating it. What if declare has a singleton club, and that second club is a 5th diamond? Okay, you're not cashing 2 clubs, but you can still force, can't you? What if that's singleton queen, and their 13th card is a 5th diamond? A true 2-suiter. Okay, well, you lead a club to partner's ace, and they see the queen fall. Right? Well, they can still continue a club and make declare rough, and then when you win your ace of diamonds, you can play another club and make declare rough. You're not beating 4 spades in that situation, but you're holding them to 4 instead of letting them make 5. That's a big deal at match points. Limit those over tricks, right? It's still the best defense, even if you can't beat it. Simple, huh? Any questions about this hand? We'll go on to another example here where I think
Kurt, would it be more of an advantage not to show the diamond suit and just go to 4 spades?
well, with this hand you're not good enough, are you? This hand is worth a game try, but you you need partner to be at the top of their bid, right?
Okay, yeah, I guess so.
I think when you make a game try, and the thing is, the fact of the matter is, on this hand, I don't think it matters to the defense whether you show the diamonds or not, because the biggest indicator to force is the fact that you have 4 trumps.
Okay,
It's a consideration if you think declare has a
And
2-suiter,
you-
but the biggest indicator is that you have 4
you have
trumps.
4 and you have a 5-card suit, so.
And you have a long side suit that
Yeah.
you can lead.
Okay.
That is not a suit that your opponents have shown. Yeah, I think that's your best indication.
So Kurt, when we're the partner of the, in this case, if we were the partner of this, if we were East, and they did leave the 3rd club, and we should resist the temptation to rough, right?
Well, everybody,
They're just going over roughers, so.
well, yes, plus the 3rd round of clubs, partner's playing the jack, which is the high club, because the queen is falling, right?
Right.
So why would you rough partner's winner anyhow, right? You might as well pitch.
Right.
Even if you know partner's jack may not live, if declare did have a 3rd club, then the jack is gonna live, and you wouldn't wanna rough partner's winner anyhow, right? So, just go ahead and make it rough.
This is very eye-opening, because I'm always reluctant to say, if I knew both my partner and the declarer were out of the suit, I've been very reluctant to leave that suit.
All right, well, when you sit down against me, I would like you to continue to be reluctant. But against everybody else, I want you to play 3rd round of clubs.
No, I've learned the lesson. I won't do it.
Now, I have to admit, whenever one of these situations come up, if I'm playing at the club and somebody does something that was in a recent class, no matter how much it hurts, even if it sets me and I don't get the optimal result, I actually still kind of feel good. So, you know.
Kurt, just one more question on the example you just used. If partner in the East had like a jack 2 of trump, and you know it's gonna be over rough down here, but that's about the only chance you're ever gonna have to use your jack and make it good, would you trump then or not?
No, because if you make declare rough, even though your jack may fall, you could be promoting something in partner's hand, right? We can get spot cards promoted more easily. You don't always realize that you can get them promoted that easily, but sometimes it happens. So yeah, usually it's better not to rough. There are situations where you can promote trumps by roughing. Doesn't come up as often, but. All right, let's look at a situation where I think you're gonna be much more comfortable with your lead, and you're probably going to get off to the right lead anyhow, even if you don't recognize that you want to be forcing. Slightly different auction. We'll keep it pretty simple. So the opponents bid the game in what is a double fit. First they find a fit in clubs, and then responder shows, yeah, we actually have a spade fit, so let's play the major. But they are known to have a double fit in clubs. So you're probably inclined to lead an unbid suit anyhow. You have 4 trumps again. This time you do have an honor, you have the ace. And then the rest of your hand is not particularly exciting, not real distributional. But I suspect most people would be inclined to lead the king of diamonds, right? If you're going to attack in a red suit, a suit that the opponents didn't bid, which even if you're thinking, oh, is this an attacking situation? You may actually not know that it's a forcing situation. There's an indicator because you have 4 trumps. Are they in an 8-card fit? They are probably exactly in an 8-card fit, right? Because responders started with 2 clubs and then raised spades. So that would be a typical approach when the dummy's going to show up with 3 spades, right? If dummy had 4 spades, I think we'd expect some kind of bid that would show a spade raise sooner, like a Jacoby 2-go or something like that. So I think they're exactly in an 8-card fit, unless Declare has a 6th spade that we don't know about, but that seems unlikely because wouldn't Declare have rebid 2 spades to show 6 when they don't know that there's a fit yet? So it looks like they are exactly in a 5-3 fit. So partner probably has a singleton spade, and we're looking at 4 to the ace. So that's your biggest indication to force. But even if you're not thinking about the force, I think you're thinking more actively, more attacking, and making your best lead in an unbid suit. Well, between Jack third of hearts and King Queen fourth of diamonds, that's no contest, right? I think the King of diamonds stands out. Yes, you'd love to have the Jack or 10 behind it, have the full sequence, but it still is probably your best lead. All right. And so this is what the dummy tables. 3 spades, Queen 10, 9. Dummy has King Queen Doubleton of hearts. Pretty weak diamond holding here. 5-4 deuce. All right, well that's good. That increases the likelihood that there's a diamond card in partner's hand. So you probably don't feel bad about your lead. And a decent club suit, 5 cards long. King, Queen, 8, 17. Now when your King of diamonds lead holds and partner gives you an encouraging signal, that's going to make it easier to continue, I think. It's with me here. All right. These examples, I don't have page numbers, by the way, but these examples are from the Hull book. So if you have it or get it, they are in the defense chapter. All right, so when you lead the King of diamonds with ace jack and 3 little ones, the dummy partner's clearly going to encourage. So whatever your signaling method is, if it's standard, I think the partner can afford the 9 here. I don't think you want to throw away your jack, but I would definitely encourage with the 9. And so hopefully that will get you to continue leading diamonds, which is very important on this hand. Declare in the south. How's that hand? So clearly Declare has to lose 2 diamonds, right? And clearly Declare must lose the ace of trump. If you look at this entire deal, even seeing all 4 hands, I don't know that it's particularly clear that you can beat 4 spades, is it? This is deceptive. This looks like an easy hand for Declare. Oh yeah, knock out the ace of trump, finish drawing trump, enjoy my nice clubs. I have no worries in the heart suit. You get a little wastage in hearts, unfortunately, with King, Queen, Doubleton over there. But no hearts to lose, only 1 big trump to lose. Okay, they got off to the best lead. They're going to take their 2 diamonds, but I'm home after that. Well, if trumps are 3-2, you are home. All right, but what happens here? All right, King of diamonds led. Partner says, yes, more please. Okay. Turns out on this deal, doesn't matter which one you lead. Queen, fine, let's say you play queen instead of small, either will work. Declare follows with the 10. All right, you may be very suspicious that Declare started with 10 Doubleton. All right, but dummy has a 3rd diamond, right? So hopefully you realize that. Can't do any damage playing another diamond. If it gets rough, it gets rough. All right, so let's say you exit with your small one. Having seen King, Queen, partner can put in the jack, and now it goes rough. Now, there's one very important thing you have to do on defense to beat this. All right, Declare leads a spade. So you pounce with your ace of spades and play it